not actually possible to be conscious when we're only viewing the external world. Like we can say, I'm conscious about what's happening in the world, or I'm aware, I'm awake to these things. But in reality, if you have not turned and faced the self, there's no possible way to actually be conscious about these things, because what is being conscious of the outside? It's perhaps a string of various personalities that you're holding that are looking to the external world for some sort of something, right? That many of these parts of us are looking for, whether it's validation, whether it's belonging, whether it's a desire to be in power of some sort over your circumstances or control. This is why consciousness is an inward journey, and why it's one that is so transforming, because it ultimately is all about understanding the layers and layers and layers of self that is hiding the true essence inside of us. And I think it's so interesting, like thinking about it myself as being an astrologer, and the way that astrology gets viewed or talked about in these little tidbits. Obviously, we do what we can with social media, right? But it feels this way of people engaging with consciousness, the consciousness that is possible through this system, in the same way, where it's an externalization, where we're sharing so much of this information that has to do with like personality traits, or has to do with certain experiences that are expected if you have these certain things in your chart, when ultimately what is possible with this system is to turn it into an exploration of our own consciousness. There's this way that it's like no one can teach astrology. You have to experience it. Like, you have to just be present with it. And you have, like, we can learn the archetypes. That's why I'm so grateful to have studied archetypal astrology, because I think that's the most significant way to really work around this idea of gaining presence and of having a deepened relationship with the planets, because we learn their archetypes specifically. And like, I talk about it a lot as being a process that we're in continually with the planets themselves. And so it is this kind of ongoing way then that we develop this relationship and start to see from a more non-judgmental place our own tendencies, right? Our own mechanistic behavior, the ways that we're not really in control of our lives, the ways that we can be possessed by archetypes, right? Especially during big transits, or when certain parts of our chart are being activated.